All right, so let's go and install our 2017 Evaluation Edition. So this is the link, and I am creating some instructions for you so you can follow the video and instructions for the links. So here is the link, right? So you're going to paste that in the server. So here, when you go to this window, oh, one second, let me make this a little bigger. Okay, so you're gonna have here a few options. I don't want you to use the 2019 until you get comfortable with older versions. Then you can install the newer 2019, because it has a lot of configurations to do and it's kind of complex. So if you don't know this first one, so we're gonna go to 2017. You're going to click continue here, right? It's going to ask you to fill this form. So you put your name. The company is the school. So New York City College of Technology, New York City College of Technology. That's the name. The company size is more than 1,000. Job title, you'll put since you don't have students here, you're going to put academic student. All right, so that one is they have a student, your phone number, your country, in the way you get an account with them. So once you do that, you're going to have this download folder here, and that says SQL Server 2017 Evaluation. The other one doesn't, even the one in school doesn't come with the evaluation. You're going to click on custom, and in here it gives you the path where it's going to be installed. Is actually in the C drive, and you're going to say install. This is going to take some time to install, so if it takes too long, I'll pause the video, or you guys going to forward the video until, I think this part is fast, but the installation takes a while. All right, so let's see if it goes fast downloading the package. And in here, if you click here, it says the sample databases are here. So you either, so 455, if you click right away, you can have this, we can go there in a minute. I do have the link straight to it, but if you have forums, here's for the forums, here's for the Twitter, and so forth. So let's go see how long it takes to download the package to the computer. So all these steps and links are going to give it to you in the handout. The video is just to give you help how to install it. That is not difficult, but if you forget to add some package like the integration or the analysis of the reporting, then you're not going to be able to follow that exercises in class, and you can add it later. But the problem with the servers is when you don't install them correctly at once, you're always going to run into problems when you're debugging your packages. So you better installing all together perfect, otherwise uninstall everything, clean your computer with this program, and install again. Okay, you have 180 days of license to use, because it's a very expensive package. It's like $4,000, $3,000, $4,000, and that's what it. I'm gonna stop a little bit. All right, so let's continue. So we got, after you download the packages, now you're going to start with the installation. So we're going to click here to the installation. We're going to select SQL standalone installation. And here what I said, oh, you can add the reporting, the managed tools, and everything later on. So you better off just install everything at once so you don't get problems later. So we're going to go and wait. Make sure that's the evaluation here. When you open your installation, it has to say evaluation. Here we're going to accept the license, the terms. Next. And this part of the installation is very important. So everything is perfect here. They all pass. I just have a little warning here because of my firewall. That's fine. And here's the problem that people have. Did you see you cannot see your window? Sometimes, and I have seen a lot of this. People are using um, laptop. So your laptop screen, so the resolution for your screen doesn't match the output, the size of your screen. So sometimes people have this like this, and they cannot see the buttons to press next or cancel or back. And that is nothing to do with software, it's just to do with the screen resolution. If you can see everything, you're fine. So here is the important part. So we want to, and I'm going to double check because I don't want to make mistakes and install this again. So 1 second. All right, so we need the database engine. That's the regular database. All right. Here, the servers replication, the machine learning services, we're not going to use, but they do have option for R and Python. We're going to go to analysis services, because you don't want to install everything, right? So you want the analysis service. Let's see, reporting the next, data quality master. What else? Integration services, data quality client. Yes, SQL service tools, client tools. Okay, let me go. So machine learning, full data quality services. Yes. So this one is a yes. So here, no, yes, probably no. Here, machine, no, data quality client services, unless reporting client is also a yes. Let me see, SQL service tools. So it doesn't come with the SQL service tools. So we're going to have to add later on search connectivity client. So it only comes with this. So what are we going to have to do is go back and add the other tools. We need the management tool. We need the client tool connectivity, client to SQL tools SDK. We have so far, let me see what we have. Data client integration, yes. Regular database and analysis. We are missing the reporting. Sharing, we're missing the reporting. All right, and we're missing that management tools. Okay, so we're gonna go, if you're installing like 2012 and which one is not available anymore, then you can see uh, the reporting and the tools comes with it. Okay, so I'm gonna say next. Here I'm going to name this instance. This is very important. You need to name MSSQL Server 2017. So that's the name. So that way you won't make a mistakes because you know it's all uppercase. It's MSSQL Server 2017. In case you install another version like 2019, 14, or whatever it is, you already have that with a name. So you should do this process for all the versions that you install. You should put the year of that. So here I have integration, analysis, and database. So I'm going to say next. And here I'm going to select mixed mode, and here you're going to put the data, the password. And here in the bottom, I'm going to add current user. So here is the name of my computer, right? Is KOFORMG. You're going to have a different one. That's the user. So that's the administrator user. You need to be in administrator to install this. You cannot be a user in your computer. You have to have administrator permissions. So I'm going to say next. So that we're going to select multidimensional data and data mining mode, and I'm going to add a current user. That's me. I'm going to add myself to this so I can access to make multidimensional and the data tools. That's not important. Just click next, next, and here is all the you know uh, all of that things are going to be installed, and you're going to press install. This is going to take a while, so I'm going to just leave you and come back when it's done. All right, let's go continue. So I did install everything. I close it. Let me close it here. So if I go to my star here, Microsoft SQL 2017, I have here my installation. However, I don't have the managed tools and nothing like that, so I'm going to have to do a second installation. So if I go installation and I click in this SQL Service Managed tool, if I go here, I'll give you the link, but I'm going to go here first. And here I'm going to install the data tools. So here it says installs as services, analysis service, integration service, and reporting service tools. So let's go do this first. Oh, should we do the other one first? Okay, let's go do this first. So I'm going to click here. So we had to install this, right? And here it is that download the SSDT for Visual Studio 2017. So I'm going to go and click here. And then I have my file downloading. All right, so I'm going to pull this there, copy. Let me see what is my information here. So in the meantime, it's taking a while to so that's the link. Hopefully installed. If it's not, you look for that link in there. All right, so that's what we're going to download. So this is the part of Visual Studio's like to do programming, and that's what we're going to use to do the packages, the load, the cleansing of the data, right? That's we're using C# as a language. So we're going to create packages. The other side is the regular database that allows us to create data warehouses. All right, so there's two softwares that work together that are from Microsoft. So let's see, it's downloading here. So one is the database, it's still missing some part. And the other one is the one for creating and the data. Cleansing the data. So once you upload the data, the other ones get the data from the database, the data warehouse, and cleanse and transform. All right. All right. So and the working combination. So here it is. This also is going to take a while. So take your time on. There you go. So take your time on installing this because it's going to take a while. So we're going to go and it's fine. So here's my application. I'm going to double click. And here it is. So I'll say next. One sec. I'm going to close all of this So it makes clear here. Okay, so here it is going to install this Visual Studio. And which one is different from the regular Visual Studio that you do websites? You should for that you have to install the whole thing. We installing just a piece of that software who works with the MSSQL Server 2017. So here it is. We're going to allow to make changes, and this is going to take a while. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll see you back. All right, so after that installation for the SQL Data Server tool is done, we're just going to click restart and my video is going to get paused. All right, so let's go continue to install the SQL Server Managed Studio. So in theory, if you go to your SQL Server here 2017 and then you select installation, yes, you hear it, and you selected this one, it's going to take you here to download. But if you look here, is the 2019, and what I want is the 2017 here. So what I'm going to do, this page, I'm going to give you the link so you can go there, have code examples, learn. So you can actually go here and look around and see what they have. So I'm going to download the 2017 in there. I'm going to close this. The last one that we need is the reporting services. After I do this, so what happened is now the software, you had to install everything separately. If you had the 2012, you actually could install everything at once. You don't have to add anything else. It came with everything. So that was they don't have downloads for the 2012 anymore. I do have it because I downloaded before, but it's no longer available. So we had to just do this. So here now is that I downloaded. Go to my here. There you go. We're going to install this one. So we're installing actually the database. So I'm going to go install this. It's going to download. So pretty much the thing is you have to install everything separately. So is I don't know because that better, but you know, it was nicer before that you could install everything at once in one setting. It took a long time, but now you have to go over and install all of these things in a separate, and you have to install them properly. So let's go give a few seconds to open the package, download it to my computer. All right, let's go continue. Now, the last part, UFA, I mean, not the last part because we had to add the database, but we're going to install the SQL Server reporting service that we're going to need to do reporting. You're going to click there in this installation. I'm just going to close it. I don't need it anymore. It's going to bring you to this page, right? I'm going to copy this and put it in the Word. I'm going to put it in the document that I was saving it. And I believe this one. Give me a second. So this is down part 4 or something. I don't know. Is it a 3 or 4? Part 2. This is part 3. Save. Okay. So just to make sure you will have the link. Gonna go here, select my language. Here's some details. Just gonna click download. And here we have save. So we do have to do that here it says here download manually if it doesn't do automatically. So my last install and all reporting services that choose evaluations that you have to choose the evaluation because we don't have the key. If you had $3,000 or $4,000, go ahead. I do the free. After 180 days, I do delete everything from my system and I install everything over and over again. That's how I do to get it for free. And anyway, I'm not building anything, I just purpose, install reporting services only. Here is going to install the same folder as the other MSSQL server that I'm just going to click install. I'm going to say yes. So just like the other one, it's going to take a while. And after this, so it's installing here. Let me move this to the side. I'm gonna go, the last part will be, in the meantime that's downloading there. I'm gonna go and find the database. The link for all of that in the document that I'm preparing so you know how to, come on. Okay, here. So here is where you, okay, we're gonna have to restart. So I'll show you this. Oh, before the restart, I'm just gonna go here and get this one, AdventureWorks 2017 back. That's the backup. Okay. And then also, see, you see data warehouse? I'm gonna get the data warehouse too. The 2000 has to be the same year as your system. So if you have 14, you get 14. We'll be working all of us with the 17. So all the instructions will be the same. So I'm going to leave it there for a while because I'm going to have to go and restart my system again. So I'm just going to, okay, so let's go continue. So the last part, before we go to the last part, let me just see so far if everything is working fine. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to my MS SQL Server here, MS SQL Server 2017. Here it is, right? I'm going to go to my servers tools and I'm going to click in Microsoft Service Managed Studio 18. If I do that, here is, that's the regular transactional database and the software that will allow us to storage and create data warehouses. So it's out to the server name. You should have here, how is the server name? Is the name of your computer / the name of my server. And remember in the installation, I said put MSSQL Server 2017 or uppercase. So I'm just going to connect. And if you look here, I have a connection to my database, but I don't have any database because I have not added anything. And I'm going to do this in a minute. I'm going to add the two databases that I just downloaded, the AdventureWorks transactional and AdventureWorks OL OP. So the data warehouse and the transactional. Okay, so the next thing that you want to check if your Visual Studio is working. So I'm going to go to V and I have Visual Studio 2017 in parentheses. It says SSDT. I'm just going to go and launch that. And I see that I have it. And if I go new file project, let's see what I have. So the language that we're going to be using is C#. In other platforms, you use different ones. For this class, we're going to stick with that. It's easier. All right, so, okay. And in here, I have analysis services. And we're going to be using for some multidimensional and data analysis. You have reporting service to report and the wizard, business intelligence. We need the integration. Here is the integration. So that's the three things that we will be doing here in our class is integration. We're going to start with integration, analysis, and then reports. All right, so this is working. So perfect. So I can close this up and close it. That's working. My database working. So the last step is go to the browser. You're going to paste this link here. You're going to get here to this page, right? And then you're going to see a series of samples. All right, here is the transactional database, meaning the regular database, and here is the data warehouse. We downloaded the 2017. Let's say you have this to the 2014 Evaluation Edition, then you use the 2014. So they have to be the same year as your server. So I downloaded the two of them. Perfect. I post here in my, just put it in my desktop. I'm going to copy this, both of them. I'm going to go to my C drive. This is very important. C drive. Here you user. Oh, no, sorry. Program files. I'm going to go to SQL servers right here, the SQL server. I'm going to open. I'm going to go here to my SQL Server 2017. My SQL Server, and here I have folder called backup. I'm going to ask me for permission, and then here I am going to paste that to backup folder. So before, what Microsoft used to give as a sample database was the regular database, and you had to attach the database. Now they only give you the recovery, the backup database. So they're inside my backup folder. So if I go back to my Manager Studio here, I don't have any database, but I do want to attach it, both of them, so I can play around. I'm going to go restore database here from device, and it has, this is another problem that people have. You must open this so you can see these three dots. Sometimes people have uh, laptops that you cannot see that buttons. Is nothing wrong with the software, is the resolution of your screen. Okay, I said devices. I'm going to look for it. I'm going to say add. And in here, I'm going to add the first one. You cannot add two at the same time. One at a time. I'm going to say OK, because if I go here to my folder, the backup folder, it has my databases. OK, so I'm going to say OK. I'm going to say OK and OK. It says your restore is successfully. I'm going to refresh this, and if I see, I can see my tables there, see all of the tables in there. Perfect. So I have my database. Great. So, all right, this is the transactional database. However, to play around and do some exercises, I'm going to use the DW, that means the data warehouse. So I'm going to go click, I'm going to restore. I'm going to go to device again. I'm going to add, and here I'm going to add my DW 2017. Okay. And I'm going to say okay. And perfect. So here I'm going to open this one. Perfect. But if I look here, it says cannot execute. Oh, something went wrong. The reason is because cannot be executed is this. I would like to see the diagrams here, but they don't allow me to see. The Adventure Work doesn't have a diagram, but that DW does. So I'm going to go and right click in my database. I'm going to click properties. I'm going to go to General, Files, and if you look at the ownership of the database, there is none. So I'm just going to go and browse, and I'm going to just, you can select more on this. Right, here's my name, but using a system administrator is fine. And I'm going to say OK. So now I'm going to refresh it. I'm going to try to open the diagrams. I'm going to prompt, they're going to prompt it for, do you wish to create them? And say yes. And if I go and open one, here is your diagrams that we're going to be using in class. All right, so that's done. So we're done. We install everything that we needed to install. Everything is working perfectly. Make sure that, like I said, if you cannot see a button, it's nothing wrong with your computer, is the screen resolution. So I would like you to all install all of this before the classes start, even though we're going to take a while to use this, because there is a lot of troubleshooting to do, and I want to make sure that I have time to help all of you. All right, so great.